Hey, welcome to Sports and Politics with T. I'm your host, Tanya. Tonight we have made it back to Thursday, guys. Listen, I hope everybody's enjoyed their week so far. We have made it already going into the first week of October, guys. That's right. Yes, today is October the 9th. And listen, we are getting ready to embark on a nice show for tonight. We're going to talk about the government shutdown and how some of the American citizens are feeling right now. We are going to listen to two segments. One for Marietta Coleman, which is one of my favorite YouTube channels on YouTube. And we're going to actually listen on the second segment. It's going to be just regular, everyday American citizens talking about how they feel and what this means as far as how this is going to affect their lifestyle and their home. You know, guys, this is something. They have a government shutdown like every so many years, it seems, but it just seems like this time is worse because now there is no certain date as far as when it's going to be lifted. Before they had a kind of a timeline, but on this particular shutdown, there is no timeline. So you got a lot of federal workers that are out of work. Postal service, internal revenue, any type of governmental agency is going to be pretty much penalized until they come up with a decision for the government. All right. But anyway, guys, listen, I wanted to at least say on Monday, because I was supposed to film on Monday, I completely forgot that I was going on a retreat with my company. I actually was on a retreat Sunday and Monday. And so I apologize for not filming on Monday, but I was out of town and I came back on Tuesday a little bit late. So I definitely apologize for that. But I am back today, excuse me, and I am going to make up for that on Saturday, okay? Because we're going to do probably a 1-hour show instead of a 30-minute show, okay? But again, I'm glad that y'all are here with me. Let's go ahead and get started for tonight. We're going to talk about, again, the government shutdown, what this means for American citizens, and how people are feeling right now. I'm going to let you know how I feel about this segment once it's over. And after this segment, we'll dissect this video after it's over.
Just so done. I'm just so done. It doesn't matter what you do. It seems like every time you take a couple of steps forward, it's always like it just pushes you back. Knowing you try to call family and they just don't, oh, well, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. No, I'm looking at reality. Reality is, it's the first. This is due, that's due, that's due, that's due. You have to sit here and make decisions on what to pay and what not to pay. Like, I'm to the point where I'm just like sick to my stomach. It's like when you just, you can't figure it out. You don't know what is happening. You're doing everything that is right. You're trying to show up. Hey, y'all. I'm just going to be completely honest. This is a really fucked up position. Like, I don't know any other way to put it. But it is what it is. And we got to do what we got to do. So, let me just start. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jackie, and this is going to be a different type of video because this is one of them things where I'm just literally at my breaking point. And I'm not usually the type at all to really get affected by things, but I'm telling y'all right now, this government shutdown is not only taking a toll on me, but it's taking a toll on my husband, in turn is taking a toll on the marriage altogether. A few days ago on our main channel, we put out a video of how subsequently after the government shut down, our business pretty much just went away overnight. But not only that, my husband's contract went away overnight too. And for those who have been following that, knows the journey, knows that when my husband got medically retired from the military, it took him a very long time to get a job. Once that happened last year in 2023, when that happened, it took from 2024 all the way until July of this year for him to find employment. That's how difficult it was. And it's not like he doesn't have transferable skills. Before anybody starts, he has transferable skills. He was in HR. He did recruiting. He has the education. He has the certification. He has it all. That's how much and how long it took. So subsequently, because he got the job in Northern Virginia, the family moved. Because we're going to move together. I mean, that's what you do. You move as a unit. And in addition to all that, we're dealing with a tenant that destroyed our property, causing over $40,000 in damages. But we still had to make the move because we needed the income. Because in the same year, which was this year, I lost my job. Back in February, lost my job. So I had to quickly find a way how to pivot and create something on my own. And that's what I did. Created a business, got clients, all that. Put it out all over YouTube. Because that is what happened. But I am not going to lie. I am not going to act like this is not affecting me. Because when I say the amount of pressure that I feel right now, it's a complete understatement. We literally have to pack up. That's why you see all the room just the way it is. We have to pack up and go back to Florida. Mind you, we have a lease here. We have the properties. 2 of them are vacant right now. Of the one that is vacant, the tenant that just came out of it decided that she wanted to do things that were unauthorized in the property. So we have to fix that. That's over $1,700. It's just things after things after things. Not to mention, we're talking about vacant properties. At this point, 3 of them. Then we have this rental right here. Y'all, we're talking about over $15,000. And we're just talking about in just properties just coming out of the pocket. Just from one person. Went down from 2 income to just 1 overnight. His business is not going to be able to do it. It's the pressure. It's the pressure. I'm at the point where I'm just so done. I'm just so done. It doesn't matter what you do. It seems like every time you take a couple of steps forward, it's always like it just pushes you back. It just pushes you back. And I said to myself, like, one of the things that I will never, ever argue about or make anything about in the marriage is money. But I don't know, but that is a lot of money. That is a lot of money coming. And what if something happens to my client? What if something happens over there? Now it's like deja vu all over again.
Yeah, that you know what I want to just say a few things about this young lady who is affected by the government shutdown, federal worker. Um, she just lost her job back in February. She moved from Florida to DC or to that area um, to get a better paying high job because they needed the income. And of course, Donald Trump took over in January. But as you can see, he has done a government shutdown to shut down all the federal workers, which means that some positions you have to go to work and you don't get paid. Yeah. Or you just don't go to work at all, which is even it's like the people who goes to work when there's a shutdown, the federal workers, because it is a federal job, they can't just not come to work. You see what I'm saying? Because it's federal, they have to be there. Postal have to be there. Mail can't just stop. These positions you have to work, but they're working for free right now until they come up with a decision in Washington, D.C. Meanwhile, Americans like this young lady right here, they don't know what they're going to do. They have mortgage due, car payments, they have families. And she just said that her husband, because it's a government job, lost his contract with this. So now here is a double whammy on this, because now you're thinking maybe we can kind of pull together as with one income, but if his income goes away, like she said, is when you take that momentum, you thinking you're doing good, you can be doing everything good. And it just takes one time, just one thing to cause a whole big circus, you know what I'm saying, in your life. And this is where a lot of Americans are right now. They're feeling helpless. They're feeling like, what's the point in going to work? What's the point in even doing anything? Because it seems like the more I do, the more I get taken back. And that's very heartbreaking, because I can actually feel this lady's pain. If you really listen to her, you can see it in her face. You can see the expression, like, it's not like these people don't want to go to work. These people are working. Okay, they're contributing. They're in society. They're doing what they can to, you know, make it on their own, without any help. But when you got people like Donald Trump, who's a president who only cares about himself and the rich, and I have to say that because people keep saying, oh, it's not true. But you see it right here. You see it exactly right here, all because of selfishness, that they will hurt the American citizen. It doesn't matter what you got going on in your life. He doesn't care about disrupting what you have. Now she has no money coming in, and guess what? Those bills don't stop. They continue to keep coming every month like clockwork. And like she said, what are we going to do? They're going to have to move all the way back to Florida, which is more expensive, by the way, in certain areas, depending on where they're moving to, you know. So it's sad, guys. I mean, you think that there should be some type of balance. They should have something in place for people, because it's not really their fault. It's just like the rug is just snatched out from under them, unexpected. And plus we're getting ready to be in the cold season. This is the fall. I mean, it's bad no matter what time it happens, but when it's cold and now you're approaching the holiday season too, that just makes things even worse, because now, like she said, it's hard for people to just get a regular job. I'm hearing that more and more and more. So anyway, let's keep going, and then we're going to go on to the next segment for tonight.
And most importantly, trying to just keep him uplifted and stuff like that. I mean, he's going through it. I can only imagine how he feels. It's terrible. Like, it's wrong. It's wrong what is happening right now. These people out here just shutting down the government, acting like people don't have a livelihood, acting like people don't have families. But this is the reality. This is the reality of when all this stuff just comes crashing down. Then you have people not knowing, you try to call family and they just don't, oh, well, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. No, I'm looking at reality. Reality is, it's the first. This is due, that's due, that's due, that's due. You have to sit here and make decisions on what to pay and what not to pay. You can't even do things that you would normally do. We got kids.
And see, that's even worse when you have kids, because now, your mindset is, how can I provide? You want to provide for your kids, and it's just terrible, guys. Like I said, he's not even thinking about the livelihood of people. He doesn't care. And I've said that from when he started office. He does not care. Okay? Black, white, he doesn't care. It doesn't affect him. It doesn't affect his family. It doesn't affect nobody he probably knows. So it's just bad, guys. But anyway, let's keep going.
But we can't. It's not like, oh, well, we could just up and leave the lease. No, you still have to continue on with the lease. You got to pay that. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there are people out there that are going through this. But it's like to the point where it's making me sick.
And see, that's another thing. I think it's all by design. I really do. Because think about it. Either they're going to destroy your livelihood, right? Or they're going to cause it so that you're going to become sick and ill, where now you can't really do anything for yourself. And it's sad. The food is not healthy. The water that we drink is not healthy in certain instances, And like she said, she's feeling sick because of the stress. Stress brings on illnesses, believe it or not. It's the number one killer. Yeah. Because when you don't know how to pay your bills, when you don't know where your next meal is going to come from, that's stressful. That's stressful, especially, like I say, when you have kids, so. But yeah, so let's go on to Marietta Coleman. She's, again, a channel that I watch. She's going to talk about the government shutdown as well, and then we'll analyze this one after it's over as well.
This morning, y'all, to get a little exercise in, and I thought I would take y'all with me as we have a little conversation. Because there's so much going on in the world today, and the people don't know how to function. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to deal with it. And to top it off, while you're going through with anxiety, stress, possible depression, not knowing how to function, not knowing where to go, the shutdown continues. The government shutdown continues. And what do? They take a break. They go on vacation. I'm hearing that they will be gone until the 14th of the middle of the month. Ain't that something? Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed that they would have did something like that? Right in the middle of a shutdown, right in the middle of you stressing, right in the middle of you not knowing what to do, right in the middle of all these uncertain times, right in the middle of while you're screaming online. So many people are screaming the same thing online. So now we know what the problem is. Now we all know what the problem is.
Hello, my name is Adam Ferrari, the Chief Executive Officer of Phoenix Energy. I look forward to you.
And we know the problem is dealing with money, power, and greed. Come on, say it with me, money, power, and greed. And the sooner that we recognize this, the sooner we understand this, electric bills coming in the mail. And they on vacation. Electric bill coming in the mail. And they on vacation. People screaming the shutdown. We're screaming tariffs. Can anybody hear us up there? Can anybody hear us out there? No, they don't hear you. Not only do they not hear you, they do not care. You know, it's almost like some sad movie. I tell you what movie it is. Remember The Grinch? Remember the movie The Grinch? The Grinch was so mad that he did not want nothing to do with Christmas, so he sneaks in the Hootville and he steals all the Christmas gifts. Right down, didn't even leave a morsel for a rat to eat. Well, guess what? This is real life Grinch. We are living a real life Grinch movie. And the Grinch is coming in and he's stealing all the Christmas gifts, stealing all the money off your table, stealing all the life out of you, planning to suck all the life out of you, planning not to leave you with nothing. Nothing, absolutely nothing. That's what the Grinch does. So we're dealing with a real life Grinch here. But the only thing is, there's more than one. There's a lot of Grinch sitting behind these desks, striking their pens, writing in their list, and they're not checking it twice, and they don't give a darn who's naughty or nice. They just taking everything for themselves. But the sad part about this movie is, you're not going to wake up and all your stuff is returned. This Grinch, this is a new Grinch. This Grinch has decided to suppress you. This Grinch has decided to make you feel low rate you. This Grinch has decided that they're going to take everything for themselves and run. And leave us, not you, us, in a dying country that they have depleted all the resources out of, drained all the life of, drained the life out of the people. All the young people that are coming aboard right now, somebody asked me in one of my comments, we know that we're saying that Section 8 should be given to the elderly, the disabled, and the veterans. I totally agree. I totally agree with that. What does able-bodied people do when there's nothing for them to do, when the job economy sucks? There's no jobs for the people. There's no place for them to go, no place for them to return. Well, let me tell you something. First of all, there's going to be jobs for you. I'm going to tell you that right now. It may look grim now because there's no job in what you have gone to school for. Because you know why? They want you to know that your education means nothing. They're trying to break you here and try to humble you and try to break you and try to control you. And once they break you to a point where you're crying out, like some of y'all are doing right now, you've used all your energy and you're crying out, and now you're ready to see things my way. This is what the Grinch does. So now when you're ready to see things my way, now I'm going to show you the jobs that you can have. Now you're going to be willing to take whatever job is available. Now you're going to realize that your master's degree, your diplomas, your degrees that you done went and paid all that money for, and some of y'all are still paying back student loans for these degrees that y'all went and got. They don't care nothing about that. They don't care nothing about that. Your degrees will mean nothing. I hear some of you online saying you could have took the job, but it was beneath you. It was beneath you to take the job because it wasn't paying you enough money. You know what the Grinch says? One day you will realize that you are going to take whatever I give you and be okay with it. Or a lot of you are talking about you're moving abroad, you're going to leave America, you're going to just take your things and leave, take your things in a hotel. Well, everybody don't have that option. Everybody don't have that option, but they had that option because they're saying they're not going to be back till the 14th. From my understanding, the shutdown is going to go right on to this second week, going into the shutdown. They enjoying themselves. You think they're out there not eating? You think they're out there rationing out food to their family? You think they're out there counting their pennies? Do you think they're out there sleeping on the ground or in the woods? Do you think that's what's happening? Well, let me enlighten you. That's not how the Grinch works. The Grinch is going to have lights, but you don't have none. These bills that we're studying pulling out of the mailbox, they still want their money. Even though the economy sucks, even though there's not enough income, even though your paychecks are not scratching, they still want their money. And when they want their money, and when you know for yourself, when people keep calling your phone, and you know you owe people, especially when you're the type of person that pays your bills, and now you cannot pay your bills, and now the weight of it all is coming down on you, it's crashing down on you. Every time you open the mailbox, there's a problem, there's a problem. Wife and kids screaming, they're hungry, they're hungry. They can't get what they're used to getting, but yet and still, they don't understand that right about now, you're going to have to cut back and be frugal in every area of your life. You're going to have to really humble yourself and break yourself down to a place where you may end up selling some things even out of your house. Here go that fast talking, y'all. That fast talking begins to let you know exactly what God loves. And he loves a cheerful giver. So you may have to give something to your neighbor. You may have to give something to the child on the corner. You may have to give something to that older lady, that elder lady that's laying on the side of the road. You may have to pick somebody up. Now it's time for you to operate in a way that's out of your norm and out of yourself. You have to see things different. You have to change your mindset in this hour.
We noticed she was kind of stumbling. She kind of had a head tilt, just a slight hit.
Oh, come on, somebody. Mm-hmm. You're going to have to change your mindset in this hour. You're going to have to get up and you're going to have to get out the house. And you're going to have to begin to change your mindset, to begin to think about this life a different way. Think about what life you're going to have. Start speaking life into your children. Start letting them know that there are some things. Oh, Jordan might not be on the list. Oh, you may not get Nike this Christmas. Oh, you might not have that PS5. Oh, you may not have to be able to spend on that brand new television that you've been looking for. You may not get that brand new car for Christmas this year. Because you know why? The Grinch is operating. Woo! Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. Come to speak life into a dying generation. You got to understand that we cannot have what we want all the time, but you surely got everything you need. God said in his word that he will provide all your needs, and his is providing. He is truly providing. If you woke up this morning on the sound of my voice, he has provided life for you. His blew breath into you on this morning, got you up on your way. You just got to change your mindset. Yes, we're a spoiled nation. We've been spoiled. We've been able to say, I see it, I want it, I get it, I buy it. I worked hard for it, I deserve it. I'm going to work every single day. Now there's no work. What do you do when there's no work? You begin to take your mind and begin to work for yourself. You begin to figure out how you can feed your kid yourself. There's something locked up inside of you, but because you've been giving it all to this job for all these years, you never knew what was inside of you and what you could create and what you could do to create a dollar for yourself. There's so much money to be made in the land right now. Oh, how, Miss Coleman, I'm glad you asked. First of all, there are so many things that you can grow and sell. There are so many things that you can buy and sell cheaply right now that I've been doing the flip game all my life. I will buy some things at a cheaper price and I will sell them where they're needed. The flea market is full right now of people out there making money flipping things, doing what they got to do. You got things right there around your house that you no longer need in this economy. Some of y'all got so much stuff laying around your house that you have never even used, that you can get that stuff and go sell it, put it in the yard sale, do what you need to do to make some extra money for that house. I don't know what your house needs. I don't know how much it takes to run your house, but I know you cannot run that house the same way you've been running that house in this economy. Right now, we got to give up some things. Right now, we got to humble ourselves. Right now, we got to only use what we's necessary. I cuts my lights off in the daytime. I cuts the air conditioner down, push it all the way up when I leave home. I don't leave it ice cold when I'm not there. These bills are not going to stop coming. These bills are going to keep right on coming and they got to be paid. You don't want to end up losing everything that you work so hard for because of what the Grinch is doing or what's happening in the world.
And she's right about that. You know, it's the Grinch is in an operation, you know, and it's sad because like she said, they're on vacation right now. They're not even thinking about the Americans that are suffering, you know. While they're having fun and enjoying and eating well, guess what? Like she said, those bills keep coming. And guess what? It don't stop. They want their money every month on like the clockwork, you know. So it's sad because you see the greed, you see the government really, really don't care, you know. Now, I'm a woman of faith too, and I firmly believe that you can create your own destiny, you know, if you put your mind to it and you believe it and you pray about it and you ask God to move in that direction for you. You know what I'm saying? But faith without works is dead. So you have to actually do something to change your circumstance. So if there's something that you want to do, it could be something like starting a business or something that you've always wanted to, you know, branch out and do. Maybe this is your time. You know, sometimes you have to look at it on another standpoint, you know. So she is right. There's things around your home that you can flip and sell, make money. There's things that, you know, you can go online and do, you know, to create your own wealth. You know, we have to get to that mindset where we create and we are in control of our own destiny, you know, and that's what I think is when you're very, very powerful, when you can create your own wealth and you don't need the government, you don't need anyone to assist you, then you're going to be okay no matter what, you know. So, but anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down for tonight. I just wanted to kind of touch bases on the government shutdown and what people are thinking. So if you enjoyed this content, please hit like, share, and subscribe. And also, if you can, please hit the notification bell. That way you won't miss any episodes every time I come on to YouTube. I will be back on Saturday. We're going to do a 1-hour segment because I got to make up for Monday. I wasn't here Monday because of the business retreat. So I will be back 8 p.m. on Saturday, and we're going to talk about relationships and some other things. We're going to get back into the entertainment sector on Saturday. So join me back on Fun and Entertainment with T. And also I'm going to post here on Sports and Politics with T just in case. All right, guys. So let's give it up for tonight. All right, guys. Yes. So anyway, again, I hope everybody enjoy the rest of their week. I will see everybody on Saturday. Everybody have a blessed night, and I'll talk with you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.